recorded in the first quarter of 2024. So basically, growth here, growth there. Service sector. I want to think. I wonder what I know, and now I'm thinking about it. What categorizes under services, right? But we've got industry. We've got some other places, but I don't have enough time to go through all of that report. So right now, I'm going to now get to my next big story. And my next big story is another interesting one. It's like a counterattack, to the first report. So the first report says the economy is growing, but NLC is saying Nigeria is drifting into an authoritarian state. The NLC boss, Juajero, has claimed that the federal and state governments are fast becoming authoritarian in nature, in the approach, or in the way that they go about, rendering governance to Nigerians. Wow. Do you agree with that statement by the NLC? Some would argue, the NLC may not have the moral standing. I know somebody's going to say that, so I just had to say it because I get to hear that every now and then about how, there's no moral standing from the NLC whenever there are issues, national issues like this. But according to the Daily Post and the way they tagged it, FG governor stealing worker sweat, NLC, the Nigerian Labour Congress, has accused the federal government and state governors of systematically crushing dissent, weakening democratic institutions, and unlawfully seizing workers' contributions, which it described as stealing workers' sweat. NLC President Juajero made the remarks at the opening ceremony of the 21st Rain School of the NLC held in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, stating that Nigeria was on the brink of tyranny. All right. I think I like the way Daily Trust, captions it, and it says Nigeria is sliding towards authoritarian rule, NLC. But let's quickly go for a commercial when we come back.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back after this.
Nigerian for PH on X. All right, my third big story now. My third big story has got to do with the National Assembly, the Senate, right? So it's no longer news that a certain Senator Natasha has been going head to head with a certain Senate president who goes by the name Senator Akpabio. The drama at some point reached a climax that saw the suspension. Of course, we've been told that the suspension was because Natasha did not follow Senate rules, right? We saw that it reached that climax. There were, back and forth accusations and counter accusations, sexual harassment and no sexual harassment. We talked about all of that, right? Now, the matter went to court. But I think there were about 2 cases, if I remember correctly. And the judge, as reported by newspapers, ruled that the punishments may just have been excessive and that Natasha should return to the chamber. However, the Senate said that it is still studying I think it's waiting. I think at first they said they were waiting for the CTC, the certified true copy. And then later they said I don't know if I think they said, if I remember correctly, I think I'm not remembering correctly. I'm just sure, I'm sorry about that. But I think they mentioned studying and a possible appeal, if necessary. I think they've already done that. But Natasha said, see, I've got my court judgment. It may not have been entirely in my favor, but it says I can return to the chamber, and that I will return. And she tried to return last week, Tuesday. They said, hey, no, we're still looking at the CTC. Then she tries to return today, and guess what? Security enforced convoy blocked at the gates. I hear she attempted to walk by foot into the complex blockade. And I'm thinking, my colleague was just telling me how, some lawmakers defected, federal lawmakers defected in Kogi State to the PDP. So this has gone beyond Senate rules. This has gone beyond the accusations of sexual harassment and juicy appointments and not juicy appointments, because that's what the Senate president had alleged, that because they removed her from a juicy committee, she began to flare up. Now it's looking like a power play. It's looking like 2027 is the goal. It's looking like, I don't know if I'm wrong. It's not looking like representing the people of Kogi State, or representing the people of Akwa Ibom State, or representing the Nigerian constituency. It's looking like a power play. And I don't know. I don't think they get paid to do power plays. But then, if they don't do power plays, how would they guarantee their seats during elections? I don't know what your thoughts are as it relates to that, but you must have seen the videos trending online. You must have seen the commotion as reported. One of the most talked about stories right about now, Natasha refused entry into the Senate chambers, first into the National Assembly complex and into the Senate chambers. What are your thoughts? It's the bottom of the hour. Time for me to open the phone lines. Remember, we are told economy is growing. Economy grew, as a matter of fact, in the first quarter. And so for those of you who are arguing that the president isn't doing enough, isn't doing great, isn't doing well, is doing poorly, how do you argue with the figures? How do you argue with the statistics from the National Bureau of Statistics? I didn't bring it out. I just read it. I'm not the manufacturer, or I'm not the generator of that data. I just read it out, right? And then the second big story, NLC saying, hey, we're sliding into an authoritarian rule. Do you agree? And not just the federal government now. They're also blaming state governors. And then our final story, Natasha versus Akpabio. It looks like a round 3 fight. But where are the people? Where are the people in all of this? Is there any place where the people are considered, the people of Kogi, the people of Akwa Ibom? Is there anywhere, my brothers in Uyo, are they considered in any way? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. These are the call numbers, right? WhatsApp number, reach me, 0809-030-6416. I take it again, 0809-030-6416. Right, let's start with this. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, tell me your name.
Yeah, this is Aguma.
Sorry, this is who?
Aguma from Ele.
All right, welcome. Talk to me.
I Actually, I've never said that the government is turning authoritative. It's true. Look at what is happening between Natasha and Badio. How Badio refused that to enter, whereas two of them were elected. And by the way, Abadio entered office. How can somebody collect 2 forms in the same election?
The courts have settled that. Let's move beyond that now. You're not the court, so you can argue against the court, please.
Okay. Another one is what is it that
all right. When you make up your mind, you call back in. I've got Jude from Omuma waiting. Jude, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
On my mind is Natasha refused entry into the National Assembly. I am personally worried that this country is drifting to something else. I don't want to say maybe anarchy. Now, the court has made an order or ruling of the court. Ruling of the court, we are told that is an order. The court has made an order that giving Natasha conditions within which if she meets them, she should be reinstated. And she says she has made those conditions. And now the National Assembly, led by Akpabio, is now telling us that the order is just advisory. How do we now take court order to be advisory? Where has the Nigerian court turned to be advisory?
But have you thought about it? Have you thought about it, Loss? Sorry, Jude. Have you thought about it? 3 arms of government, one not bigger than the other. The executive cannot make the legislative. The legislative cannot make the executive do things. Same way with the judiciary, right? So do you think the judiciary has got the power to tell the legislative arm of government what to do according to its own rules?
Canada, you know why I'm laughing?
Why are you laughing?
Should I say we are laymen or whatever? Now, are you saying that the National Assembly supersedes the order of the court?
I'm not saying so. I'm saying the National Assembly is at par when it comes to powers with the courts. So if the court is making a rule concerning the seating or the rules as it relates to how do I put it now? So the Constitution gives the Senate the power to make rules.
They are at par. Let me use your language.
Okay.
Now, that means whatever law, order made by the court should not concern them.
Not exactly. See, it's a tricky one. That's the conversation I'm trying to have with you. It's a tricky one, Jude. Tricky it is.
Yeah, for me now, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
If it happens to you and I, the court makes an order, we disobey the order, they charge us for contempt.
But you still don't get it, Jude. No, Jude, you don't get my question because I have to go. So, Jude, listen.
Enforce court order.
No, Jude, listen. The court order has got to do with how the Senate goes about its activities, which is already backed by the Constitution. That's what I'm arguing. So does the court, the judiciary now, have the power to go against what the Constitution has already empowered the legislative arm to do? That's the question I'm asking. So there are 2 different things with what you're trying to say and what I'm asking. I don't know if you get.
This may take us a very
yes, it will. It will, Jude.
The Constitution.
Yeah.
The Constitution is made for everyone, including the judiciary and the legislature.
Okay.
The Constitution
is
supreme.
Yeah.
If the Constitution says something and somebody goes to court, and the court says no, the court is there to
agreement. But I get your point. Lost from Yanagua, it's good to have you on the show.
Kalada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Seriously, Nigeria is a very funny country. Nigerians, they don't really love this country.
How do you mean?
Anytime statistics come out and it is in favor of the country, they dispute it. They argue. They sit in their house without any evidence and argue. But when it is against the country, they will tell you, no matter where it's coming from, that yes, it is good that statistics is correct. Why?
But Lossie, nobody has called on the show yet to kick against that statistic. I think what people have called to talk about have been NLC, saying authoritarian rule.
And not just now. Why you've been on the show for years?
Okay, all right.
I mean, when NBS comes out with their statistics, people did not. Wasn't last week then when you came up with statistics? They were disputing it. Nigerians hardly accept statistics, even though it is coming out from a credible organization. They will tell you it is not correct.
All right.
But when you know Nigeria is the poverty headquarters of the world, they will say, yes, it's true. We should learn to love our country.
All right.
And Natasha, the Senate, they said they wanted to look at it. They want to get the true certified copy to study it. They've studied it, and they said that it was not an order.
Okay.
It was not an order. They were just asked to consider that the period sometimes that they suspend people. But in this country where people were suspended for even 184 days, in this country, other administrations. So I don't know what people are saying. 6 months, 3 months.
But is it really Lawson? We have not seen.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think I've seen. Have you seen the CTC? I've not seen it.
Yes,
right?
Yes,
Where
National Assembly, they even quoted. I think a part of that judgment where they stated clearly.
But you see, Lawson, I'm going somewhere. You were in Rivers State, or you followed Rivers conversations where we're all quoting part of the same judgment and interpreting it differently. Could that be the case with the Senate? Could they be the ones interpreting it as an advisory when it may just have been an order, as reported by dailies?
You know, the Nigerian Senate, they have a legal department. They have lawyers. It is the same lawyers that are advising them that it is not that the judge, Peter, said that they should probably look at it to see if they can consider. That's
Okay.
what they are saying. They
All right.
looked at it. They've even quoted it. So they people don't forget they've gone to appeal court.
Yeah,
Natasha
they've
has
appealed.
also gone to appeal. Natasha went there first because the other part that she was asked to do to apologize and all that, she refused. She said she would not. She doesn't like that judgment. So she has gone to appeal. The matter has gone. Then the Senate too has appealed the judgment.
All right.
And so they are all in appeal court, right?
Lawson, thank
So
you.
I don't know why.
I want to appeal to you. Thank you. I've got to move on now. Ida from Inkoro, welcome. What's on your mind?
I want to ask one question.
Yeah.
Are there many months women they carry pregnancy?
We all know it's 9 months.
9 months.
Yeah.
And when she want to push her baby, she suffer.
Yeah.
She learn how to respect women.
Okay.
And probably have a wife for house. Women are playing ball. So this Natasha issue should not bring bad luck to them.
So are you saying Natasha has been disrespected, and in what way? Okay.
Yes. She was not appointed. She was elected.
Okay.
Like you.
Okay.
My brother, God forgive us our sins. Why can't we forgive our fellow human beings? Why can't Akpabio forgive Natasha? Whatever thing that you know that they cannot do to your wife that you will not like, don't do it to somebody's wife. You have a husband.
But like I asked Jude from Omuma, what if she has flouted the Senate rules? Should they let her go because she's a woman?
Do we sin against God?
Oh yeah, we do.
And God forgive us.
So he without sin. He without sin cast the first stone, I guess. Yeah.
They say you should not carry your anger till the next day, sunshine.
Yeah, true.
What we are doing today, repercussion there tomorrow.
All right.
So we should learn how to forgive and forget.
All right.
Now 6 months, she just has 2 months now to live. Allow her to come inside. Tell her this, you can close door, off all the mic, because they normally off their mic. Talk to her, advice.
So they should have a resolution.
Close door meeting.
Yeah.
Just receive her today. Today our kids are playing match and they will win.
Okay.
Please, they shall allow Natasha to be.
All right. Allow Natasha to be. But speaking about Natasha, let's get a feel of the video as seen online.
representation, and the court has adverted that injustice. So can she please go through? Okay.
Please tell us your name first. What's your name?
Okay, so do you mind?
What's your name, sir?
I'm Senator Natasha.
Tell us your name.
Representing the office. Central. And considering the fact that we have only 4 women at the Senate, and the Nigerian population, the women population is about 4 million, that means I also represent about 25 million Nigerian women. So would you mind allowing me to ask this so that we don't,
I mean, I don't fancy the job of the security man. I mean, having to make very difficult decisions like this. Well, let's listen to Chima from Rumokuta. Chima, greetings to you. Welcome on the show.
Good morning, Mr. Canada.
It's not morning, it's good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, welcome.
Mr. Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Mr. Canada,
Yeah.
It is so pathetic in this our nation that at any point in time we are just willingly or freely to talk down on the nation.
Okay.
A nation whereby those that are knowledgeable or professional in the field will give us a dimension, and if we do not argue it, we begin to forbid it. Now, from the analysis we gave, from the index, you see that Nigeria is growing. Even if it is not going as rapidly as you want it to grow, but you should know that what is slow is actually having a solid foundation. Now, if some group of persons team up themselves somewhere to say because of they are not benefiting or because of what they have in mind is not working out, then they will see a way to say they can swindle the nation, to say they can make them to come against the nation which they have already taken an oath to serve. Even we that were in secondary school, we took oath almost everything about our national anthem and our pledge that we pledge. But some persons will just say and just say they want to do it. I'm so grateful that you are able to give us the statistic of our growth economically.
All right.
So let it not be so.
All right.
The issue is that now you see this group of persons that has assembled themselves, calling them coercive, what they calling them, I don't know. Just like what we can make it church, you actually call his name. And I want to make you understand that this is a man that told us that the reason why he came into politics is because of poverty. I think when he's talking about poverty, he's talking about from his home directly. I didn't mean to insult anybody. But the man that has come back again within just some months of him being absent in the government and said he is hungry. So these persons, they have actually come for their own personal purpose.
All right.
But what pains me more is to come and bedevil the nation. It's bad.
All right. Chima, thank you very much. I would have to appeal with you, but I've got another Chima, and this is the Obed of the Chimas, right? Calling from Port Harcourt. Welcome. What's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, welcome.
Canada, whether it's their personal interest or collective interest, they have come to stay. They are Nigerians. They have the right to form coalition. Nobody will stop it. You understand? Yeah. Now, on the issue of Natasha Akpoti, I think it's rather unfortunate. In as much as I fought that court decision, because court would have given order directly instead of telling the Senate, putting this in the hands of the Senate.
But don't, I asked a question that nobody has been able to answer. And I asked Jude, do you think the judiciary can tell the legislative what to do? I mean, they can argue on the point of law in terms of interpretation as to whether a law made is right or wrong. But when it comes to Senate rules, do you think the judiciary has the right to tell the Senate how to go about those rules? Remember,
what is the work of the judiciary?
It's a government.
The law.
Yes.
No, don't interpret the laws now.
Yes, but not not the Senate rules. That's the mistake you're making.
The law that is guiding who? Guiding all of us.
But not yet again, not the Senate rules. Not the Senate rules.
Canada, there's constitution stipulated clearly that any law.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
I can hear you. Yes.
Can the president tell the judiciary how to go about their procedures?
Not at all.
Can wait now. Can the president tell the legislative arm of government how to go about?
No.
So why should the judiciary be able to tell both the executive and so that's the argument I'm making, right? All of them are three arms of government.
Look, Canada. Judiciary. You understand?
Yeah.
Their position is very, very strategic.
Yes,
it
I
has
agree.
To do with the law. They interpret the law that is guiding all of us.
All right. Yeah.
Even the president. You understand? Let's not forget. the Constitution stipulated clearly that if any law is inconsistent with Constitution, that the Constitution will prevail. So the Senate rules or whatever is inconsistent with provision of the Constitution.
Well, you see, the
Constitution has to prevail.
But you see, the Constitution is silent. No, Obed, now, you see, I love your arguments and I'm enjoying it. But you see, the Constitution is silent as to whether a senator can be suspended or not.
If Constitution is silent,
yes, it is.
Can be suspended or not?
Yeah.
How come Akpabio run to appeal? Akpabio has gone to appeal. I don't know if you are aware.
Yes. So same with Natasha. I mean, it goes both ways.
We are saying, so if Akpabio, if they are not subject to obey the court, why did he run to appeal on his own?
All right.
They say it's not even the senator. It's not even the senate. It's only him that went to appeal. That's what we are hearing right now.
All right.
So please, let the woman enter there to represent people.
Okay.
You understand? That's just the whole thing.
All right. Thank you, Obed. Wonderful arguments. Wala from Oigbo calling in. Wala, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
All right, KD, my man, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Great.
According to Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, that Nigerian economy is also growing.
Yes, it is.
My issue is it possible for our economy to grow under poverty declaration and the poverty acceleration rather than poverty alleviation? Is it possible? Go to the market and price a wrap of fruit. That is how I used to judge my own issue. This is our own statistic. A cup of gari, a cup of melon, a cup of beans, and all the rest of them put together. Go to the market and price it. Has there been any decrease in price? When there seems to be a decrease in price or a fall in price, it means that the economy is growing.
But you see, Wala, you don't use only food to judge the economy, because there are other factors when you talk economy. There's the telecommunications part of it. There is the transportation part of it. There is the industry part of it.
The reason why I cited food, this is our common amenities without which we cannot live. And the transportation too. Have there been any fall of these things? That is how to rate our economy. Right. Not coming out to tell us the economy is growing.
But then again, you know, when you talk about food, you know, agricultural sector grew by 0.75%. So it was a very slight increase in terms of growth. So there is the possibility that, you know, there was this slight growth, a slight change of price in food items in the marketplace. Maybe you've not noticed it, but some people argue that the price of gari has come down over the months.
Where we are, it's like the economy has not reached where we are.
All right.
Because the same price that we bought last month and the last 2 months is also the same price.
All right.
There has never been any atom of change in cost of transportation from here to where I want to.
But since are you saying it's the same price since December?
That is true now. The cup of gari has not fallen.
Okay.
The price has not decreased.
All right. Wala, thank you. I've got to move. Cookie Gam from Rumo Lumeni. Cookie Gam, welcome. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Well, I remember in 2014 when APC was about to form, the then president in the Nigerian government released GDP of 18.something%, very high. That Nigeria is the highest income in Africa. Remember that story? It happened that 20. And again, another is coming again. They have rushed to read another statistic again that income has grown to 3.13% again. That is history. History says 2 times. So, Canada, as the reverse price go to market, so this is reflect to the market.
But you see, I think we're making a mistake. Once again, growth does not only reflect food. Reflect on other issues, you know, health services, industrialization, transportation.
I just said one, Canada.
Okay.
I just said one.
Okay.
Let me finish, Jerica. Does it result in employment? Constant employment? It's not there. You see, paperwork can say anything in paperwork. In paperwork. I call it a repeat of 2014, 2013, that's what I'm calling it again. They should wait again, position themselves, because They can't incite me. This government cannot try to push my leg. That report I did. I've not done before. So me as it's just a paperwork. So they should wait until December and Nigeria will speak whether GDP is reflecting my pocket or employment or interest rates or what has grown. Natasha Rabadu. You see, I don't know what that. I want to play Natasha this afternoon. You know what I told you? Her braveness, her documents that has gone to that gate today. If she does not report the topic again, I will praise her for this. I have faith going back to that Senate.
All right.
And she stood them that I have come back. Truly, I give her the woman of the year.
All right. Thank you, Cookie Gam. Kalada, in my opinion, I would suggest to you that whenever your news writers and editors see any headline that pertains to figures of Nigeria's economic growth or exchange rate, which shows that the Nigeria's economy is flourishing, please, they shouldn't put it out to ask the listeners through you, the newscasters, because Nigeria's economy seem promising in paper, or on paper, I think you meant, and figures, and not in our daily practical lives, which boils down to how outrageously expensive goods and services are in the market. It is like a case of what I ordered and what I got delivered to me. So many Nigerians are groaning in pain because they almost can't afford the simplest commodities. Clinton, Mr. Fresh in Port Harcourt with that one. But let's read some more messages. It just says women like Natasha who manipulate and twist narratives can hinder the progress of ambitious women who want to bring about change politically when they displace wrong behavior and are criticized. They often resort to accusing any man available of sexual harassment, even when it is just a case of just the man making advances to them. This tactic not only destroys and undermines the credibility of their actual target, but also diverts attention away from pressing national issues like hunger, poverty, and infrastructure. These actions are selfish and manipulative, display of lack of knowledge. It's a deliberate attempt to control the narrative and gain power. This behavior is not only damaging to individuals but also to the country as a whole, as it creates a toxic environment.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria.
Toxic environment that discourages honest discussion and progress. In essence, women like Natasha are not interested in the greater good, but rather harmful and selfish, and disappointment to their political supporters. Medic from Transformati. I wonder if our supporters will agree with you, but you're entitled to your opinion. Is there any economic data that suggests growth without reflection on our daily buy and sell? Is a voodoo economic data analysis. Obviously, I'm afraid any society without the application and obedience to the rule of law is authoritative. I agree. I mean, for Ernest Potaka with that one. And this one says, like, Fabio Wike, Tinubu are the problem of this country. They should allow Natasha to go back to work. And this one says, who started the scene against one another first? Is it not Akpabio? Assuming we are in a decent society, Akpabio is supposed to be consumed by what is happening in the Senate now. Aminu, how did he start the scene? Can you explain a bit more? But it just says what Akpabio is doing is it's based on a direction from Tinubu. I am ashamed of the Tinubu's administration. They should allow Natasha be. She was elected like others. Jackson from Iba. And this one says, Mr. K. Batibo, Senator Natasha was refused entry to the Red Chamber. This is not acceptable. The Senate President is taking Senator Natasha's issue too personal. The court is giving judgment. Natasha should resume work at the upper chamber. The illegality in Nigeria is getting out of hand, and our constitutional democracy is gradually being destroyed by Nigerians. I want to take Clinton West. Thank you. And this one says, one of the functions of the judiciary is settlement, meaning the judiciary can look into matters that concerns the legislatures. GC, okay? GC, I think I agree. You do have a point. They can settle matters, right? They can say, hey, what about we just, like Akpabio insinuated that they advised that, they should allow her return back to work. But this one says, the economy growing, they have started again. Their phantom claims. Under former President Jonathan, there was a sing-song, Nigeria, the biggest economy in Africa. Surprisingly, the same government borrowed a couple of months to pay salaries before it exited. Majority of the states could not pay the workers before Buhari's bailout. I beg, the economy is not growing anything. And that's from Kanu. And this one says the price of a bucket of custard of rice that was 11,000 naira in December is now sold for 7,500 naira in July. Same thing for Gary and beans. DJ from Port Harcourt. So DJ has told us that the statistics is actually true, because if you look at the 0.75% growth in the agricultural sector, it may just have reflected in the price of the rice and Gary that he bought in December and in July. And this one says, good afternoon, Canada. Natasha is a senator elected by people, but not above the Senate. If she can abide by the rules of the Senate, let her stay away from the Senate. The court can't and didn't order the Senate to reinstate her unconditionally. How can a honorable find it so difficult to say sorry? Sapi from Port Harcourt. And Godday Temer says, Senator Natasha is brave. Do you agree with him? And this one says, is it that these politicians don't experience or feel what Nigerians are experiencing? Is it that they don't have relatives? Is it that they don't go to the market to buy stuff and groceries? Where do they really get what they need in their day-to-day lives? I am really astonished. What crime did Nigerians commit? Please, I need answers. Nigerians are bleeding. And that's coming from a passionate engineer, Jonathan. And this one says, man of the people, GDP rose 3.13% in the first quarter of 2025, according to NBS. Man of the people, how true is this statement? How many days would it take Senate to study the court order? I'm sure Senate have received a CTC judgment. What I'm seeing now is what I call political vendetta. Thank God, ability to. Apparently, the story is that, they have appealed. They've gone to court to appeal. And this one says, you ask if Bola Tinubu is doing well. My answer is not doing well. Our economy is still at its worst state. Inflation on the high side. Inflation declined, in fairness. And he said, Nigeria's economy is in intensive care unit. No significant change to pinpoint. And Enoch from Added Judge with that one. I'll go for the news. When I return, we will talk some more, so please stay tuned.